Rescuers in China are continuing to search heavily forested slopes for survivors after the China Eastern Airlines jet crashed in southern Guangxi. 132 passengers and crew are feared dead, and this is China's first crash involving a commercial jet since 2010. The aircraft crashed in the rural countryside of Teng County. The plane was en route from the southwestern city of Kunming to Guangzhou. Parts of the Boeing 737-800 are strewn across mountain slopes, charred by fire. State media has described the crash site as being hemmed in by mountains on three sides, with access provided by just one tiny path. Drones and on-the-ground search will try to recover the plane's black boxes. China Eastern Airlines has expressed deep condolences to the families of those on board. An emergency telephone assistance line for families has also been set up. Both Kunming and Guangzhou airports have also started providing assistance to the families who were waiting there. China Eastern has grounded all of its Boeing 737-800 jets after the crash. And for more, Lo Min Min joins us live from Shanghai. Min Min, there's still no word on survivors yet?
Unfortunately, no word on survivors yet. We've just seen footage of local villagers nearby who have voluntarily set up a task force to transport essential equipment like food, water, and tents to the front lines using their own motorcycles because they said the mountain roads are rugged and difficult to be accessed by cars, and they just want to do what they can to bring more hope of finding any survivors. And meanwhile, in this mountainous area, the biggest challenge is that there is no power supply or lighting for the search and rescue workers. And so the local power department has mobilized floodlights, generators, lighting drones, and other equipment to set up temporary lines into the wild to support the search and rescue. Now, the workers are also contending with bad weather. It was raining overnight, and also this morning it's expected to continue raining for the next few days. And just before dawn today, they have received a shipment of tents, of water, of raincoats and boots for those rescue workers. A temporary headquarters have been set up at a primary school nearby. And there are over 20 ambulances as well as dozens of medical staff assembled there with they're still waiting for essential equipment like stretchers and oxygen cylinders. They've prepared blood and other materials all on standby in case they find any survivors. I understand that there are family members rushing to the scene as well, and the local transportation bureau have arranged for taxis and buses to pick up family members of the passengers from the airport to the scene as they wait anxiously for any news of any survivors.
Now, Min Min, are there any updates on what caused the crash?
Well, experts are saying that we can't tell for sure until we see that black box, which is still missing. But there are some analysis coming from civil aviation experts who say that this is a highly unusual accident because we saw surveillance camera footage of the plane making a near 90 degrees nosedive vertically down at such high speed, 9,000 meters per hour, when it was cruising at an altitude of over 8,000 meters. They said that is highly unusual because a plane tends to pitch upwards naturally when it gathers speed and the wings generates lift. So unless those flaps at the rear of the plane are set into certain position, then only can you keep the plane in such a nosedive position. So there are speculation that maybe that pilot was deliberately crashing the plane, or otherwise the plane must have a serious malfunction for this to happen. Experts did note that this aircraft is a twin-engine aircraft. It's a very safe one. If both engines fail, there is a safety mechanism for to restart that engine by tapping onto this auxiliary power supply. The plane is also very young, just 6.8 years old. That is much younger than, for example, the average age of an American commercial airliner, which is 11 years old. And typically an aircraft can last for 25 to 30 years. So lots of questions still remain unanswered, and we're waiting to see what the investigations show.
All right, Min Min, thanks for that update. That was Lo Min Min live in Shanghai.